All right, good evening, good evening. Glad you could join me. It's 6 after 5, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. I know you wanted to work on linear equations, how to find a slope from 2 points and how to find an equation of a line from 2 points. So first of all, let me open my calculator first. Hold on. I think that's the one. All right. So first of all, you wanted the graph, right?
Yes.
So you won't have to graph on the GED. So you want the graph, but what they will do is they'll show you graphs and you got to pick the equation. So what we'll do is I'm gonna show you how to graph. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Just trying to install it. That's not what I wanted at all. Hold on. Oh my goodness. Oh, there you go. Okay. I thought I messed it up. Okay. All right. So first thing we want to do is I'm gonna show you how to graph a line. Let's see if I got standard form. So we're gonna show you that graph line, and then I'm gonna show you how to get the equation line from the graph, right? So let's look at this one first. Okay, so number 14. Number 14 says y equal 1/4 x plus 4. So we know it's in the form of y equal mx plus b, where m is your slope and b is your y-intercept. And the y-intercept is just where the line crosses the y-axis. So if I asked you what the slope is, what would you say?
You said 1/4.
1/4. Perfect. Okay. What's the y-intercept?
Is 4.
Yeah, plus 4. So that's the two most important things you need to find an equation of a line and to graph a line. You need two things. You need the slope and you need the y-intercept, right?
Right.
Hold on for a second.
Hey, I got a question.
Where m is your slope and b is your y-intercept. You said the slope was 1/4. And you said the y-intercept was plus 4.
Yes.
Okay. Well, and how many 2 points do we need to make a line?
2.
2. So our first point is easy because we know the y-intercept is right on the y-axis at 4. So that's the easiest point to graph, the y-intercept, because it's right on the y-axis. So if your y-intercept is -2, then you'll be at -2. Right now it's at +4. Got me?
Yes.
Now the slope is 1/4. So what we have to remember about that is that's rise over run. So this is giving us the roadmap to get to any other point on this line. Okay, so I can either do -1 over -4 because two negatives make a positive, right?
Right.
So what it's telling me, to get to any other point on this line, I have to go up 1 and over 4. So up 1 to 5 and then over 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. If I want to get to, so any point on this line, I can do it a million times, unlimited times. To get to the next point is up 1 over 4, up 1 over 4, up 1 over 4, every single time. Now I could go down 1 to the left 4. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4.
So always start at the B first.
Always start at the y-intercept. Yep.
The y-intercept first.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So then you just connect them. I don't know how straight I can make this, but let's see.
But how do I know that the 1/4 is a positive or negative?
What do you mean there's a positive and negative? What do you mean? Is 1/4 positive or negative?
Is a positive.
So how'd you know that? Because it doesn't have a what?
Okay, because I see you had a -1 over -4, so.
So right. So again, Remember, this is important that you know about sign numbers, right? So -1 over -4 is also equal to +1/4 because two negatives make a positive.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Got me?
Gotcha.
All right. So what they'll do is they'll give you an equation and they'll give you 4 graphs and they're going to ask you which one is the proper graph. The first thing I would look at is I would eliminate any graphs. I would get my y-intercept first. So my y-intercept is 4. So for any graphs that don't cross the y-axis at 4, I will cross them off. That's the first thing I would do. And then any negative, so since this is positive, any negative slopes, any slopes going down from left to right, I would remove them. That's usually enough for you to get the right answer, believe it or not, on the GD. Okay, let's do, I don't like that one. Let's do this one here. All right, so number 12. What's my slope?
One second. Sorry, I didn't call coming in. The slope is 4, +4.
Sure about that?
I mean, no, intercept. The slope is -4.
The slope is -4. So the slope is -4, which is the same as -4 over 1. You understand that?
-4. Okay, okay.
And what's my y-intercept?
It's +4.
+4. So my first point that I'm going to graph on this, first point I'm going to put on this graph is where?
A +4.
+4. Now I'm going to use my slope to get to my second point. So from that first point, what am I going to do?
Rise over run. You're gonna go to -4.
I'm going to go to -4.
Um,
So I'm going to go over here somewhere, -4, like. So what does rise mean? What direction is rise?
the rise goes up.
Up. And if it's negative, it goes what?
It goes over.
Oh, so listen. If rise is up, if my rise is negative, I'm going where?
I'm sorry. I'm lost. I got myself
Now,
lost. Sorry.
just go by the words. Listen to the words. Rise. What direction is rise?
It's up.
Up. If my rise is negative, which direction is that?
That's going to the left.
No.
No,
Okay. All right. Now when you rise, right?
I'm going up.
You're going up, right? You're going
Yeah.
up. So if my rise is negative, which way am I going?
Oh, you're going down. You're going down. That's why you got to go downward.
Right.
Okay.
So
Sorry.
so remember
Rise -4. I need to go down.
So right. So you got to keep in mind your y-axis is vertical. It's going up and down. Your
Right.
x-axis is horizontal, going left to right.
Right.
So if your rise is negative, that means I'm going down. How many am I going down?
4
4. 1, 2, 3, 4. My run is
1
am
+1
am I going to the left or the right?
to the right. Positive.
How many?
1 time.
1 time. So now I got my second point. So then I connect them, and I got my line.
Okay. So I'm always taking the positive, the first one with the y-intercept and starting there, and then I do my rise.
Rise over run. Use your slope. Rise over run.
Okay.
All right. So, all right. So let's see if we can find right here. Okay, that's a good one. So I'm looking at this graph, and I got to find an equation of this graph now. But what you always got to keep in mind, y equal mx plus b, where m is my slope, and every time you're doing a linear equation with a graph, you should be saying the same thing every single time. Okay, so I need to find 2 things. I need to find my slope. I need to find my y-intercept. Can I tell from this graph what my y-intercept is?
Yes.
What is it?
A 2, positive 2.
Positive, positive 2. Oh, this thing is so slow. Positive 2. We also got our first point. So I'm gonna go up this line. Now this is a point on the line. 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 So I could choose any 2 points. But the problem with this point here is I can't tell what X and Y are. Are they 2.3? Is it 2.2? I can't tell what these numbers are. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up the line until I am on whole numbers for X and Y. So I'm going up this line, I'm going up this line, I'm going this line right here.
Right.
Because the Y is 4, the X is 3. Understand that?
Yes.
Okay. So now the slope is equal to rise over run. I'm starting at that first point at the y-intercept at +2. In order to get to that second point, I got to do my rise first. So do I need to go up or down?
Up.
Up. Count with me. How many do I need to go? Hold on. Let me change my arrow here. So 1,
2.
2. Okay. So I know my rise is 2. Now, which way do I have to go to get to my point?
The right.
Right. Let's count.
1, 2, 3.
Okay. So now we got my rise and we got our run. Our rise is 2. Our run is 3. What's the slope of this line?
The slope is positive 2 over 3.
Positive 2/3. Positive 2 over 3. My y-intercept is what?
2, positive 2.
So what's my equation of the line? If my slope is 2/3 and my y-intercept is positive 2, what's my equation of the line?
Y equals mx plus b, which is y 2/3 plus 4. 2 plus 2
2/3 what?
plus 2.
2/3 what?
2/3 x.
2/3 x
Yes.
plus 2. That's my equation of the line.
Okay.
Got me?
But I couldn't have went down and did that, right?
Yeah, you could have went down. You can go any direction you want. No, you got 2 points. So I'm gonna change my color to blue so you can see the so first we're still gonna use this point because that's our y-intercept. No, we can't use blue.
But the slope is going up. I mean, the graph is going up, not down.
So if it's going up, we know the slope is positive.
Right.
Okay, so we got this point here. We still got this point here, right? We're gonna go down this line, and right there. That's the second point we're gonna use, right? So from this point, we're still gonna do rise over run. But this time, instead of going up, I gotta go down to get to that point. So
All right.
1, 2. So my rise is -2. Understand that?
Mm-hmm.
And then my run is 1, 2, 3.
Right.
Since I'm going to the left, my run is -3.
-3, which gives you the positive 2 over 3. Okay.
Right, exactly. So you still get the same slope of 2/3.
Okay.
Got me? Perfect. Now, let's see if we can. Now, so this exercise is similar to what we just did. If I told you the slope is 3/2 and my y-intercept is 4, what's my equation of the line?
I'm sorry.
Start with what?
What? Y
Mm-hmm.
2/3 x.
Y what?
Equals.
Equal.
Equals 2/3 x.
Look at that closely. Look at it. Don't say 2/3.
I mean, I'm sorry. 3 over 2. 3 over 2 x plus 4.
Perfect. If I look at number 34, what's my equation of the line?
Y equals -3/5 x plus -1, or just is it -1? Not yet.
Yep, -1. because a plus -1 is -1.
Right,
Got me?
gotcha.
So that's what I try to make it easy for you. You don't need to figure anything out. Y equal -3/5 x minus 1. Nothing
Okay,
to figure out. Once you know that slope of y-intercept, you know that equation line. Got me?
gotcha.
All right, good. Let's try to find out. I don't like this, but let's do this one right here. Now, the next thing I want to show you that you're going to have on your exam is if they give you a point and they give you a slope, how do you find the equation? Hold on, Mr. Tinsley, like, hold. You told us we need the y-intercept and the slope to get the equation line. You're right. So what we're going to do is we have a point on the line. That's like this right here. Let me show you. 1, 2. X is 1, y is 2. So we got the first point. My slope is 7, which is 7 over 1. That means I'm going to go up 7. My y is going to change by 7. My x is going to change by 1. Right? So if this goes up 7, we're at 9, and go over 1, it's going to be right there. So it's going to be 9, 2. But hold on, Mr. Tinsley, that ain't giving us the y-intercept. You're right. I'm just explaining the information to understand it, right? Now, this is what I would tell you to do to solve this problem. And this is the easiest way I can show you. Let me clear the screen first. Always identify your givens. So we know this is our point, right? Each point has an x and a y. Understand that?
Uh-huh,
And the variable used for slope is m, correct?
right,
Now, we're going to start with the slope-intercept form. So remember what I said. Identify your givens. We got a point. The point tells us the value of x and the value of y. The slope, the variable for slope is m. So all we're going to do is substitute these values into this equation. What is y?
2, +2.
Positive 2. My slope is what?
It's 7 over 1.
7 over 1, or just 7. And we're going to multiply that by x. What's my x?
It's 1, +1.
1 plus b.
Oh, okay.
Okay? All we did was plug them in. So we get 2 equals 7 plus b. Now, b is not by itself. We need to solve for b. So we're going to subtract 7 from both sides.
Right, okay.
So we get b. The 7's cancel. We bring down our equal. -7 plus 2 is a -5. Got me?
Gotcha.
So now watch this. What we just did a second ago. If we know our slope is 7 and we know our y-intercept is -5, what's my equation of the line?
Equation is 2,
What it start with?
with the y?
If my slope is 7 and my y-intercept is -5, what's my equation of the line?
Yeah,
We just did it. We
I know,
just did it.
I thought the y,
Y.
yeah,
Oh, let me go back up. Let
the
me go back up.
y
That-
is, okay,
you
y,
gotta know this, like, matter of factly. It can't be, you know what I mean? Like, it can't be no guessing. It can't be, I'm not sure. So watch this. So we're gonna do this again, and we're gonna do a bunch of problems so you understand what I'm talking about. Okay? So let me scroll up. I don't want you to miss this. I need you to understand this. Okay, hold on. Okay, let's do these problems. if number 33, if my slope is 3/2, my y-intercept is -2, what's my equation of the line?
Y
Mm-hmm.
3/2
Mm-hmm.
x
Mm-hmm.
minus 2.
Right. Y equal 3/2 x. This is really going slow here. Minus 2.
Minus 2.
Because if we know our slope and we know our y-intercept, we can get the equation of the line. But number 35, what would our equation be?
35. Y negative 5x.
Y
Y equals, I'm sorry,
y equal
equals negative 1/5 x
-1/5 x
plus 4.
plus 4. Okay. So again, see what you should notice is I'm trying to connect everything together. I'm trying to connect everything together.
Okay.
So, okay, I went too far back. All right, let me go back to this one. So when we go to this problem here, where's that 7 right here? And we said, okay, this is our x.
That's
This is really slow. This is my y.
right. That's the Y.
This is my m.
Right.
My slope-intercept form is y equal mx plus b. You said my y was
Minus
2.
2.
My m was
M is
7.
right. The x,
Multiply that by my x, which is 1, plus b.
right.
So that's 2 equal 7 plus b.
Plus B.
And
Right.
in order to get b by itself, the opposite of plus 7
Minus 7.
is minus 7. Whatever we do on one side of the equal, we do on the other. 2 minus 7 is -5. Bring down the equal, the 7's cancel, bring down the b. So again, listen to what I'm saying carefully. The y-intercept is -5. The slope is 7. What's my equation of the line?
Okay. Y equals 2x.
Oh, no, 2x. No, what's the slope? So this is what you do
Oh,
every
this,
time.
wait a
This is
minute.
what I need you to do every time. Because you
Oh, you
got
know what? I'm mixing it up. I'm mixing it
right,
up.
you mixing up. So what you do
Okay.
is you start with y. Oh, this is so slow. Y equal mx
MX. Okay.
plus b.
Then I'm
My
doing
slope is m. So instead
right.
of m, I'm going to put what?
7.
7.
Okay.
So y equals
7x
7x,
plus -5.
which
I
is
mean,
what?
which is
Y equals 7x what?
y equals
What's my
negative.
y-intercept? You think it too much. You think it too hard.
Okay.
My slope goes in just like you did those problems before. You did them quickly. My slope is 7. My y-intercept is -5. What's my equation of the line?
Y equals 7x.
Mm-hmm. Come on.
5
7x what?
-5.
Yes.
I,
What you
I
saying?
thought that's what I was saying, but
No. What you said was you said plus
plus 5. I said plus -5, which is
plus
yeah,
-5, but that's not simplified.
right, right. It's -5, right.
-5. All right, let's try the next one. So we
Okay.
look at this point, right?
So the x is 3. The y is
Okay. We
-1.
doing number 11. We're gonna do
Oh,
number
number
11.
11. Okay. The x is -2.
Mm-hmm.
The 5 is y, and
Perfect.
slope is -4,
Which is what letter?
which is b. I mean m.
M. Okay. Now, the slope-intercept form of the equation line is y equal mx plus b. That's
Yes.
what we starting at. What's my y?
The y is a +4.
Nope.
I mean, I'm -4. What am I talking about? Negative.
Nope. What's y?
Oh, wait a minute. No, I'm sorry. +5.
Positive 5.
The M is -4.
The M is -4. We multiplying that by X. What's X?
-2. And
Plus
plus
B.
B. And we have to get,
We gotta simplify. What's
simplify it.
-4 times -2?
It's going to be a positive 6.
Stop playing. 4 times 2?
No, it's 2. So wait a minute, that's a -4 times, oh, -4 times -4. I mean, -4 times a -2 is 8.
8. Remember, what do those parentheses mean?
Multiplication.
We're not putting -4 -2. That
Right.
would be -6. We doing -4 in parentheses
Times
-2,
-2,
which
right.
is multiplication,
Right.
which is a +8.
Which is a positive. Okay, I messed that up with the parentheses.
So what you're gonna do is when we done, either tonight or tomorrow, you do these problems over and over and walk through them, and then you do the other two that we're not gonna do.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna send you this sheet.
Okay.
So we need to get the B by itself. What do we need to get rid of?
You need to get rid of the +8.
What's the opposite of +8?
-8 on both sides.
-8 on both sides.
Which gives you
What
a
is
3.
-8 plus 5?
Is a positive 3.
-8 plus 5.
So I got to work on my darn positive negative signs.
Use your calculator.
Hey, my calculator next to me. Oh gosh.
-8 plus 5.
Oh gosh, what's the sense?
You put yourself in a panic too much.
Yes,
right?
I know.
So when you don't know how to do something, you panic. What's -8 plus 5? Is nothing to get nervous about. If they don't have the same sign,
It's always a sign of the bigger number.
you subtract the two numbers. What's 8 minus 5?
It's going to be a negative sign.
It's because you know it's going to be negative. And what's 8
It's
minus 5?
a -3.
-3.
Okay.
Now check it with your calculator. Pull your calculator out, the TI-30XS, and put in -8 plus 5, and tell me what you get.
I don't have my calculator. I says I don't have my calculator.
All right, so let me put my calculator on the screen.
I'm sorry.
Now this might be a valid person, so I'm gonna stop the recording for a second just in case it's not. If my slope is -4 and my y-intercept is -3, what's gonna be my equation of the line?
Y equals which is
-4
-4, right?
-4 what?
x
-4x, then what? -3. So, Javette, what you're going to have to do is you got to practice these enough to where you're confident. We just did those problems and you set them with no problems. When I gave you the slope and I gave you the y-intercept, you gave me the equation right away.
Yes.
But what your mind is doing, you're saying, I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do. No, if you got the slope and the y-intercept, so you keep saying y equal mx plus b, where m is my slope, b is my y-intercept. If I know my slope, y equal -4x minus 3. Got me?
Gotcha.
Okay. Now, they're not going to give you ones with fractions. So let's walk through number 16. So we look at that point. What's my x and my y?
x minus 1
What's my y?
2
What's my slope?
2 slope 2
So 2. So we're going to plug them into this equation, slope intercept form. Y equal mx plus b. What's my y?
2, +2.
+2. What's my slope?
2.
2. I'm going to multiply that by x. What's my x?
-1.
-1 plus b.
B.
All we did was identify our givens and plug them into the slope intercept form. That's it. It's not hard. Now we got to simplify. So we get 2 equal -2 plus b. Because 2 times -1, a positive and negative make a negative. 2 times 1 is 2, so -2. Got me?
Gotcha. Okay.
In order to get b by itself, what do we need to do?
+2 on both sides.
+2 on both sides. 2 plus 2 is 4. We bring down the equal. The 2's cancel. Bring down our b. So our y-intercept is 4. My slope is 2. What's my equation of the line?
Y equals 2x. Was that right? Wait a minute. Yeah, 2x plus 4.
There you go. That's it. That's it. That's it. Oops. Not that hard at all. But what you're going to have to do is you got to practice enough where you're confident. What
Right.
happens is you're indecisive because you're not sure.
Mhm.
So you keep saying it. Everything you do, you keep saying it. Okay, I have a point, I have my slope. My point is going to give me my x and my y. My x is -1, my y is 2. My slope is 2, so that's my m. Okay, my slope intercept form, y equal mx plus b. My y is 2 equal, my slope is 2 times x, which is -1 plus b. 2 equal 2 times -1 is -2. Or let me check on my calculator to make sure. Okay, 2 minus 1. Oh, that's -2 plus b. Okay, I need to get b by itself. The reason why you're trying to get b by itself because you need 2 things for equation of line. You need the slope and you need the y-intercept. You already got the slope. So you already know the equation is going to start with y equal 2x. You just got to figure out what the y-intercept is. Got me?
Yes.
Okay, good. Now, the next thing they might ask you is find the equation of the parallel or perpendicular line. Okay. Now, the first thing you got to remember, or the first thing you got to know, is parallel lines never cross.
Right.
Because they never cross, they have the same slope. What do I mean by the same slope? So, y equal 2x. My slope is 2. Y equal 2x plus 5. My slope is 2. Y equal 2x minus 3. My slope is 2. So all of these equations are parallel because they all have the slope of 2. Their y-intercepts are different. They are different lines. They're not the same line. They are lines that don't cross each other. Understand that?
Yes.
Okay. Because we know that, if I need to find the equation of a line that's parallel to this equation, I already know it's going to start with y equal -3/4 x. Because parallel lines have the same slope. So all I need to do is find the y-intercept. Hold on, Mr. Tinsley. Ain't that what we just did? Yes. We just did it. So identify your point, x, y. Identify your slope, -3/4, and we plug it in. Y equal mx plus b. Now we got some fractions going on here, but don't worry about that. My y is 2. My slope is -3/4. My x is 4 plus b. What's going to happen to my 2 4's?
Your what? Your
What's going to happen to my 2 4's?
Oh, they cancel?
They cancel out. So I'm going to have 2 equal -3 plus b. In order to get b by itself, what do I need to get rid of?
-3s with a +3?
The +3 on
Both sides.
both sides. 2 plus 3 is
5.
5. Bring down the equal sign. Oops. Oh, this thing is really slow. My lag time is crazy. So 5. Bring down my equal sign. The 3's cancel. Bring down my b. If I know, oops, this thing is really slow. Hold on. I know my y-intercept is 5. I know my slope is -3/4. What's my equation of line? That's parallel to -3/4 x minus 5. What's my equation of line? What's my equation of line?
Y equals
Y equal.
2x.
Wait, where'd you get 2x from? What is your slope?
Oh my,
-3/5.
Minus 3 over 4. Remember, you label everything. Your x and your y is 4 and 2. Your m is your slope. Remember, we did slope-intercept form. Y equal mx plus b. So remember, and this is why doing 1 or 2 problems, you're not gonna get it. You gotta practice enough till you understand, and you can go between each type of problem. So what you should be able to see is you should be able to see an equation like this. And you should be able to identify right away, my slope is -3/4. You shouldn't have to think about it. You shouldn't have to take 10, 15 seconds. You should be able to see my slope is -3/4, my y-intercept is -5. For this equation here.
all right.
That's for this equation. Second
Right.
thing we know is we know parallel lines have the same slope. So I know my slope, my equation is going to start with y equal -3/4 x. I figured out my y-intercept. So +5. So these two equations, y equal -3/4 x minus 5 and y equal -3/4 x plus 5, are parallel. That is the equation that is parallel to -3/4 x minus 5, and it passes through that point 4, 2.
4, 2. Oh, okay.
And this guaranteed question on the exam. I can guarantee you. So
Okay.
guarantee.
I'll practice this when you send it to me. I definitely.
Again, so let's look at number 20.
Okay.
Okay. What's my x?
-1.
-1. What's my y?
+4.
+4. What's my slope from this equation?
-5.
-5. So you did it. Look what you just did. You identified the x and y. You identified the slope. Now, let me change my color red. My slope-intercept form of equation line is y equal mx plus b. You should read this. This equation should be in your head forever. What's my y?
-5.
What's my y?
Oh, I'm sorry, 4.
4. Before you answer, take your time. Take a deep breath.
Okay. Okay.
My y is 4.
4. And
Equal. What's my slope?
which is -5.
-5. I'm going to multiply that by x. What's my x?
-1 times.
-1 plus b.
Mhm.
Okay. You got to simplify. So I'm going to bring down my 4. I'm going to bring down my equal. What is -5 times -1?
5.
5. Because 2 negatives make a what?
Make it positive.
Make it positive. B is not by itself. So what do I need to do to get B by itself?
Subtract 5 on both sides.
Subtract 5 from both sides. What is -5 plus 4?
-1.
-1. Bring down my equal. The 5's cancel.
Cancel
Bring
out.
down my B. So I
B.
know what my I know what my y-intercept now is. My y-intercept is negative. This is so slow. You gotta bear with me. I'm sorry. So my slope was what?
What's question number 20?
For number 20. What was my slope?
Slope -5.
My slope was -5.
Yeah.
And my y-intercept is -1. What's my equation of the line?
Y
Y.
-5
Y what? Y
equals
equals
-5
-5
x
x
-5 -1.
-1. -1. Guaranteed problem on your exam. They're going to ask you parallel or perpendicular. So what we're going to do is For the last problem of the night, I'm going to show you how to find the equation of a line that's perpendicular. So from tonight, you should be able to find the slope from a graph. You should be able to find the equation of a line from a graph. You should be able to find the slope and the y-intercept from a slope-intercept form. You should be able to find the equation of a line given a point in the slope. You should be able to find the equation of a line that's parallel given a point in slope. And now we're about to go over how to find the equation of a line that's perpendicular given a point in equation or slope. Okay. So first, oh, don't tell me they don't have perpendicular on here. Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me see if it's on here. Here we go. Here we go. Perpendicular. Perpendicular. Okay. Let's do number 56. Okay. So again, you're doing the same thing. I don't care what the problem is. You should be identifying your givens. What do you know from what they're giving you? They gave you a point. What's
Y.
X and my Y? So they gave you, oops, this thing is, I got to do, hold on. I got to take my time and go slow. So they gave me a point. That's my X and my Y. They gave me an equation of line. What is my slope of this equation?
M.
Equal what?
MX.
What is my slope?
Oh.
1/6.
Negative 1/6. You understand that, Javette?
Yes, yes. I'm sorry.
Okay, negative. So we got, so let me write that again because it's a little, hold on. Negative 1/6. Now, so again, identifying what they're giving you is very important. So, but they don't want to know the equation of a line that's parallel. They want to know the equation of a line that's perpendicular. So this is what you have to know. If my slope is negative 1/6,
The slope is 1/6.
the slope of any parallel line is also negative 1/6. But the slope of a line that's perpendicular is the negative inverse. So change the sign
And flip it.
and flip it. So the slope of the line that's perpendicular is 6. So right away, just knowing the slope is 6, I know my equation is going to start with y equals 6x. I already know because I know slope-intercept form y equals mx plus b. If I know my slope, I know it's going to start with y equals 6x. I understand that.
Yes.
But that's not, we need two things to find the equation of a line. We need the slope and we need the y-intercept. So we're going to do the same exact thing. Y equal mx plus b. But I'm going to use my point. But this time I'm going to use my slope of the perpendicular line. So my y is 2.
Y is 2.
My slope is 6. My x is 1 plus b. Understand that? So understand what we did.
Yes.
We identified the point and we got the x and the y. We identified the slope from the original equation. We then identify the slope of any line that's perpendicular to that by changing the sign and flip it. Understand that?
Right.
Okay, so we get 2. This is, I mean, I apologize for this bandwidth here. 2 equal 6 plus b. In order to get b by itself, what do I need to get rid of?
6, negative 6 on both sides.
Negative 6 on both sides. What is minus 6 plus 2?
Negative 4.
Negative 4. Bring down the equal sign. The 6's cancel. Bring down the b. So we know our slope the slope of the perpendicular is 6. We know the y-intercept is -4. What's my equation of the line?
Y equals 6x
Y equals 6x.
minus 4.
Stop playing. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Listen to tonight. What we did tonight is 5 questions on your exam.
Okay.
What we did tonight is 5 questions on your exam. At least 5. Got me?
Gotcha.
Okay. So, let me just summarize what we did tonight. You should be able to find a slope from a graph. You should be able to find an equation of a line from a graph. You should be able to find the slope and y-intercept from an equation. Slope-intercept and slope-intercept form. You should be able to graph an equation. You should be able to find the equation of a line that's parallel and perpendicular to an equation given a point and a slope or given a point and an equation. That's 5 problems guaranteed on your exam. Can guarantee you.
Okay.
Can guarantee you. So I'm gonna send this review sheet along with you. So no, I can say this. This review sheet is rather long, right? But now we got y equals 6x, I think, minus 2. All the answers are here. So you just will go to 56, y equals minus 4. Y equals 6x minus 4. All the answers are here. I try to never give a worksheet without the answer. So I want you to be able to check your work.
Okay.
So when you do a problem, check it. Make sure your answer is right. Do the second problem, make sure your answer is right. When you get 2 or 3 in a row right, then you can go ahead and do them without checking them until you finish. But what I would do is I'd do each problem, I would then check my work. Okay?
All right.
So I'm going to send a video, I'm going to send these screenshots, and I'm going to send this review sheet.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr.
Any questions before we leave?
Nope. No
Okay.
problem. Thank you.
Oh, you're so welcome.
All right.
Nawal, do I have your hold on, let me pause the recording.